we're feeling very good about the opportunity ahead, and if you think about the SEC's statement about that they're pleased with the win, you're like, well, the SEC brought 3 lawsuits: one against Chris Larson, they lost; one against Brad Garlinghouse, they lost; one against Ripple, they mostly lost. And again, I'm guessing many of the people listening will remember I said a long time ago, we would have settled this thing so long ago if they simply would have agreed on a go forward basis. XRP is not a security. Guess what? We got that now. And again, we had to fight a long, hard battle, a lot of money, a lot of time, and frankly, a lot of stress. But I really just could not be more pleased with how this played out.
Hey, everybody. It's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And that was Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse in a Twitter space hosted by Tony of Thinking Crypto and Darren Moore. He spent about 20 minutes, and in only 12 hours now, it's had over 25,000 tune in and listen. And yes, there is a proper celebration party being planned, but I don't know how you can have a guest list of 76,000 people. The fact that we waited 933 days for this outcome, I want to say congratulations to everybody for hanging in there. Many of us feel euphoric. It was a huge win for Ripple, a huge win for the XRP holders, and for the entire ecosystem. There has been some serious drama too, hasn't there? Wow, it would make a wonderful movie.
In some ways, it's ironic. The mission statement of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission is to protect investors. They went after Ripple, suggesting that all kinds of things, everything we were doing was selling an unregistered security, and the judge really very clearly said, sales through exchanges, not a security. When it's used for compensation, not a security. When it's used for incentives around the overall XRP ecosystem, not a security. So, we have already moved a lot of our activity, and frankly, 95% of our customers are non-US. So a lot of our activity has been outside the US jurisdiction because that's where our customer demand is. But I think that's where the US is losing. And I think what the SEC has been trying to do is to put power and politics over what is really just sound policy and providing clear rules of the road such that entrepreneurs and investors can participate in this amazing new market around crypto and blockchain technologies.
That happened a few hours ago, and it was Bloomberg, of course. I don't know if you remember, but I remember that all of the legal contributors at Bloomberg said that Ripple would lose this case. Now, Ellie at Fox Business News, she's not too happy. She says she's disappointed that Mr. Garlinghouse chose CNBC for his first network interview over Fox Business. But there are over 700 replies to her tweet. And I would say the majority of people are pretty disappointed in Charles Gasparino and how he is treating the XRP army. So, gosh, Ellie, just get another interview and use that as a benchmark to do one better. Nobody is reaching out criticizing your work. I just think Mr. Gasparino needs to clean up his behavior on Twitter. Let's listen to the second half of that Bloomberg interview.
The law of the land right now is that XRP is not a security. And until there is an opportunity for the SEC to file an appeal, which would take years, and frankly, we're very optimistic. If they were to file an appeal, we think that only further solidifies the decision this judge made. Because, look, as a matter of law, as a matter of the facts, and really as a matter of looking back in the history here, for the SEC, really, it's overreach to suggest, as the chair has said many times, that basically everything in the crypto space is a security. Well, we now have a judge very clearly saying that is just not true, and very clearly saying XRP is not a security on exchanges and all these different use cases, which I think helps the whole industry for sure. So this is a win for Ripple. It's also a win for the entire crypto industry. And I think that's why you saw the crypto industry react so positively over the last 24 hours.
All right, everybody. Now that we have regulatory clarity for XRP and the ledger, the opportunity in this space is massive. We're only at 1.1 trillion right now as far as the total market cap, but these real world assets that are soon going to be tokenized on the blockchain, and much of it is going to end up on the XRP ledger, 500 trillion is out there to be had. This is just going to be explosive. Here is the Vice President of Ripple X Growth, Marcus Infanger, talking about tokenization.
So my key takeaway is, tokenization will only get to mass adoption if large financial institutions are part of it. So if we help and change the system from the inside out. Now the promise is massive, right? There's like 280 or between 250 and 500 trillion, depending on what sort of source you look at, of real world assets, right? And if you look at how much is actually tokenized right now, the whole crypto market cap is like 1.1 trillion, and that includes a lot of non-real world assets. Stable coins, which is one form of real world assets, like 120 billion, right? And so if you look at financial institutions, they're certainly interested in tapping into that opportunity, because the traditional financial system is full of red tape. It has a lot of middlemen, and that's exactly what blockchain technology is designed to deliver, right?
Moving right along, here's another clip from my discussion with Krippenreiter. Yeah, we were just chatting about Flare networks. This is kind of funny. But I also think there's a lot more building going on. I think that group has their head down building, and they're not doing a lot of announcements.
Yes, I think so. I think at some point they will just come out with a GitHub repo which says layer cake, oh, it's done.
Yeah.
And then everyone will go crazy because no one saw it coming, and they kind of did it with F assets. No one saw it coming, and then they did it. The repo was just there, right?
Right. That's exactly what happened 2 days ago. The announcement came out and the code is public. Layer Cake is an insured in-transit cross-network composability protocol. What that means is, well, bridges are not that safe. And when you're going about moving assets from one blockchain to the other, this is a way to ensure the safety. So it's really great. Every transfer in Layer Cake is insured in transit with a one-to-one backing by the actual asset being transferred. This is really a game changer for safety. I had an interview this morning with Certic. They are the premier audit company in this space, and they're doing a lot more than auditing too, as you'll see in this clip that I'm about to play. You can look forward to the video in its entirety coming up probably on Monday. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
Projects do come to us and say, hey, I want a KYC, because they know that benefit is there and allows it to happen. Now, in terms of what the KYC is, I can't go into detail of what we do, but it is a very rigorous process that looks at a lot of fraud signals. It's not a typical thing that you would see where you're applying for a bank account or whatever, and somebody says, hey, give me your your driver's license, right? And comes back. It is an interview. It's a face-to-face video interview. Interesting. And we're looking at even facial characteristics, moves, and everything, and temperaments and body posture, and all sorts of. There are a lot of deep signals that we are going through, and we get to the end of it. We do keep the data private, by the way. We don't expose people's information, but we do get to the end of it, and either that project passes the KYC verification or it doesn't. It's not as straightforward either from our perspective. We do see some interesting plays in terms of actors, proxy actors, we call them, being played in the KYC process. We get people being paid to participate on behalf of the project, even though and we do fire signals on that. We look for that as well. The people sometimes try and masquerade the KYC process by getting other people in front of it. and not the true scammers, right? In there. I think even on the dark web, you can pay for KYC actors to participate and act on your behalf, right? So there are ways, even though KYC has come about here in helping solve or try to solve this, rug pull scammer situation, there are still, the scammers are getting smarter. There's still thoughts and ways of how to kind of circumvent the whole KYC process, and we as a team look for that.